surprise, tax time can be stressful. In fact, National Stress Awareness Day is tomorrow. We all deal with stress in our lives, and left untreated, it can lead to serious health problems. Here to talk more about how to cope is leadership coach Sally Seppin. And Sally, thanks for being with us today.
Hey, Laura.
So
Nice
put this in perspective for us. How serious an issue is stress in our lives?
It's becoming worse and worse, and studies bear that out. And it's not only just for adults, but even children are starting to feel stressed.
So that is troubling. We've all heard the good old ways are that we should curb stress in our lives: exercise, sleep, meditation, time management, clutter control. But you have some useful ideas to help us get our stress under control, starting with use the heart's intellect. What does that mean?
So neuroscientists have come up with some pretty exciting research that says that our heart has its own nervous system, and it sends messages to the brain. And when we're stressed, those messages are chaotic, and they impair brain function. So that gives us our first clue of what we can do to help soothe that nervous system.
And then you say, know what stress feels like.
Where do we feel it in our body? And you know, sometimes we live in stress. We live in the state of stress that we don't even recognize when we're feeling stressed. So pausing to know when we're feeling stressed and then to identify the feeling that goes along with it is really helpful. So name it.
How is that helpful, though?
It can be helpful because it gives you a choice. So if you're feeling stress and, say, anger, you can make a choice to not get stuck in this feeling. So these feelings are inevitable that we get all the time.
Okay. And then you say initiate self-care.
So what we're going to do next is to shift the attention away from our linear brain and move it down to the nervous system that's in our hearts, and use some heart-focused breathing to be able to calm that system, and use self-care. So if we can focus on self-care, we can calm that nervous system, and the message that's sent is more ordered, and that helps brain functioning.
And finally, take stock and take action. What's that?
So we can make a big decision. If we see that we have patterns of stress, we can ask ourselves, what one thing can I do in my life to make it less stressful, whether it's about a situation or something bigger than that, and commit the time and take action to make that change. It not only makes us more fulfilled, it also makes us healthier.
Very helpful, Sally. Constructive ideas on how to get a hold of the stress that we all feel on a daily basis. Leadership coach Sally Seppin, and thanks very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Laura.